Welcome, ma'am.
जी, वेलकम डॉक्टर साहब, नमस्कार।
Namaste, ma'am.
हाँ
Uh,
जी।
I will just share my slide, ma'am, because
हाँ जी, एक बार शेयर करके देख लीजिए, हाँ जी।
minute, ma'am.
जी।
Ma'am, am I visible for you people?
जी, डॉक्टर साहब,
Uh,
स्लाइड्स आर विज़िबल, या
yeah, ma'am. I'm sorry because from my laptop, some problem with the network. It's not connecting. I'm connecting through my mobile.
ओके जी।
So is it okay for you? Is it visible? Whatever I'm going to present,
हाँ जी, विज़िबल है डॉक्टर साहब।
visible, है ना, ma'am? हाँ,
जी,
ma'am.
जी।
I will just try to put on the PPT mode. Let's see if it is possible. Yeah. Now I think you can see, no, ma'am.
या देयर इज़ अ विज़िबिलिटी बट इन द वेरी शॉर्ट फॉर्म,
Okay,
मीन्स अगर
it is very
इफ देयर
small,
इज़ अ
is it? You
या
can't wait. Just try to make it full screen.
या
Just 1 second.
डॉक्टर साहब आपका शॉर्ट सीवी भी एक बार व्हाट्सएप पे डालिएगा, है ना? शायद रह गया, मैं देख रही थी, इसमें मिल नहीं
हाँ
रहा
हाँ हाँ,
था।
1 minute, मैम,
कोई
देखूंगी.
बात नहीं।
Somehow it's not connecting through my this, ma'am. I don't know. Some issues with the laptop. The connection error is happening.
ओके
So what we
मैं
can.
आपको मैं आपको अपना ईमेल आईडी सेंड करती हूँ, अगर
Yeah,
उस
ma'am.
पे आप
I
डाल
can
दो
send
तो।
you the yeah, I can send you the PPT, ma'am, so that you
जी,
can just put it in the
जी।
screen.
जी, डॉक्टर साहब।
Yes, ma'am.
आई हैव सेंट यू माय ईमेल जस्ट या
Okay, hit the way
जी,
20406, no? Okay.
जी।
I'll just send you now, ma'am, at the moment. Ma'am, I just sent you, ma'am. You just check it.
ओके, ओके,
Yeah.
ओके। जी। ओके, रिसीव डॉक्टर साहब।
Okay, ma'am. If you can share
जी,
the same, ma'am. I can.
या डॉक्टर साहब दिख रहा था क्या अभी?
नहीं मैम, मुझे नहीं तो दिख रहा है, नहीं दिख रहा है।
अच्छा जी, एक बार करती हूँ। मेरी लैपटॉप में तो खुल गया, मगर इसमें एक मिनट देखती हूँ, है ना।
मैम सबको अगर दिख रहा है तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है मैम, मेरे पास तो है ना।
जी, मैं पूछती हूँ किसी को
हाँ
ना।
एक, हाँ मैम।
डॉक्टर काव्या, आपका जो प्रेजेंटेशन है वो इधर, वो आप शेयरिंग से निकल जाइएगा एक बार, कुछ समझ में
एक
नहीं आ रहा
मिनट
मेरे।
मैम। ओके मैडम।
हम्म,
एक मिनट। स्क्रीन शेयर तो ये हुआ मैम। नहीं है, स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं हो रहा है मेरा।
अच्छा, नहीं हो रहा है ना,
नहीं
ठीक
हो रहा है मैम।
है, एक मिनट।
मेरा तो बहुत छोटा दिख रहा है क्या मैम वो पीपीटी
नहीं,
मोबाइल में?
नहीं, ऐसे मेरे लैपटॉप में तो पीपीटी खुल रही है, मगर उसमें एक मिनट, मैं ना किसी को फोन करती हूँ एक बार, है ना।
हाँ मैम, हाँ। वरना तो मैं वही पीपीटी शेयर करूँगी, पर अगर बहुत छोटा दिखेगा तो वही प्रॉब्लम है।
नहीं, मेरे वाले में तो खुल गई डॉक्टर साहब, आप में इसमें प्रेजेंटेशन में कैसे आएगी, देखती हूँ एक बार।
हाँ हाँ मैम, हाँ मैम।
डॉक्टर साहब, आप दिख रही है पीपीटी, देखिए एक बार।
हाँ हाँ, मुझे दिख रहा है मैम। सबको
दिख
अगर।
रही है ना?
हाँ मैम।
अच्छा। सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। आज हम विश्वारित परिषद की इस अनवरत व्याख्यान माला में आपके सामने प्रत्येक शुक्रवार की तरह एक नया व्याख्यान लेकर आपके सामने उपस्थित है। सबसे पहले हम धन्वंतरी वंदना, आचार्य धन्वंतरी की, भगवान धन्वंतरी की वंदना करेंगे। उसके बाद आज के लेक्चर की शुरुआत करेंगे। नमामि धन्वन्तरिमादिदेवम् सुरासुरैर्वन्दितपादपद्मम् लोके जरारुभयमृत्युनाशम् दातारमीशं विविधौषधीनाम् धन्वन्तरिं रमानाथं सर्वरोगनिवारकम् आयुर्वेदप्रवक्तारम् वन्दे पीयूषजायकम्। आचार्य धन्वंतरी की वंदना के अनंतर आज के व्याख्यान के हमारे मुख्य स्पीकर, क्या मैं आपसे एक बार परिचय करवा दूं?
हाँ मैम, करवा सकते हैं।
जी
मैं मेरा वीडियो ऑन करती हूँ मैम, मैं एक्सेल थोड़ा।
जी
हाँ
जी
मैम।
जी, हाँ जी डॉक्टर
हाँ
साहब।
मैम। हाँ।
डॉक्टर काव्या एसआर आज के हमारे स्पीकर है। आपने अपनी अंडर ग्रेजुएशन की पढ़ाई एसटीएम कॉलेज ऑफ आयुर्वेदा उडुपी से की है और आपने अपना पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन की स्टडी अलवास आयुर्वेदा मेडिकल कॉलेज मुडबिद्री कॉलेज से की है और अभी वर्किंगली आप एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर के पद पर येने पोवा आयुर्वेदा मेडिकल कॉलेज मैंगलोर में अभी आप कार्यरत है। और आपको हम आज के व्याख्यान के लिए हार्दिक आमंत्रण करते हैं कि आपने हमारा निवेदन स्वीकार किया और इस ज्ञान यज्ञ में आहुति देने के लिए आपने अपना अमूल्य समय हमें दिया है। आज के व्याख्यान के लिए मैं आपको आमंत्रित करती हूँ। ओवर टू यू डॉक्टर काव्या। हेलो डॉक्टर साहब। डॉक्टर काव्या आप म्यूट है।
Oh, hello madam.
जी
Hello,
जी।
can you hear me मैम? हाँ।
या वी
I'm
कैन।
yeah, I'm really sorry for being so late for the session. Actually, I'm not in a proper way to present, but still, since I've given a promise to you, ma'am, I thought like I should present. Actually, my mom-in-law had met with an accident yesterday, and we have just admitted her to Manipal. So I'm still in hospital, and I have to present in the car. So I'm really sorry for such a kind of
कोई बात नहीं डॉक्टर साहब, वेलकम जी।
and to all the seniors and yeah, and to all the juniors who are present here. So as ma'am has given me a very wonderful opportunity to present this session, I will just like to share you certain points which I have just taken up from all the people in and around regarding the Sootika paricharya, like what are the exactly the traditional practices, what they follow today, even today in this modern era, in this conventional science, where the conventional science is leading up. still how the localites and how the different everyone knows how big India is, and it bears so many states, and how the people of different parts of India follow the traditions, specifically the Sutika paricharya, according to their particular region. So today I'm here to present you certain traditional secrets on Sutika paricharya, and the probable scientific interpretation, and how well does it work on the body system. So presenting the the slide, next slide. So it is the introduction. It's an introduction what is being given. So I will not go very deeply into the introduction, because all of you know how wonderfully the woman has been created by God, and giving her so much chances to be in all the forms of life, starting from an daughter to an sister to someone's wife, to someone's mother, to someone's grandmother, and so on. And moreover, the way how our God has given us. Uh, 1 second. Okay, the opportunity how God has given us to take care of her, and specifically acharyas, how they have mentioned about the Garbhini Paricharya and the Sutika Paricharya. So today here I am to tell you the same thing. So this slide also I am just going to skip the next slide. So all of you know, according to us, Sutika is the one who has just delivered the baby, and followed by the delivery of the placenta, and then only we call the lady as Sutika. So all of you know the sloka behind it, what Acharya has said in the Kashyapa Samhita, that is Sutayas chapi tatra syad aparacha ena nirgataha prasute apina suta stri bhavati evam gate sati. So how beautifully he has explained who is a Sutika, that following the delivery of the baby, only after the delivery of the placenta and the afterbirths, then only she is called the Sutika. So that is a critical period, though the first 9 months where we consider her as a very critical period of her life. Again, following her the delivery after the delivery, even that period is a critical period where we have to give utmost concentration to her, because if whatever care we give to her at that part of life, that is the one which is going to reflect throughout the years till she lives. So that is what I want to explain to you people. So coming to the next slide. So the specific dietetics and regimens what our acharya has mentioned, right? So they have mentioned Sutika, Kala, Maryada. Different acharyas have given different opinions regarding the month-wise regimen. Like what is the Maryada? Some have said it has 1.5 month, according to Shushruta. Charaka has said a different opinion. There is what is that, Bhava Prakasha, there is Madhavakara, there's Kashyapa, who have given different opinions accordingly, where they tell 45 days, they tell as 1.5 month, they have said tell it as 6 months, etc. concepts. So according to the region wise, different people follow different regimens. But when it comes to the South Indian tradition, since I'm from the south, particularly from the South India, that is the Karnatakan, so we follow a Sutika period of 45 days. And what are the proper regimens what have been followed soon after she is delivering? What kind of food has to be given? What kind of the kind of relaxing therapies should be given to her? All that has been penned down. So coming to the next slide, where what is the ultimate goal of Sutika Paricharya? Before I just go into the depth of it, I'll just tell one the goal. So first of all, first the main necessary thing is following the delivery. All of you know what is the stress and the strain the mother goes through on that the table, might be the LT or might be the cesarean delivery, whatever it might be, but the rush what she follows. So first of all, to relieve her from that fatigue of the childbirth is the first aim what every doctor has to think about. And next, we should boost her immunity to prevent her from getting any disease. So whatever the immunity has been, the Agni will be Mandya, everything, she'll be lost so much of her what's that, blood, there's so much of blood loss, there's so much fluid loss in her body. So how should we prevent that lost fluid? What can we give her back so that she gains that immunity back to her? So those kind of regimens have to be indicated, so that she be strong enough to if she is even facing out any kind of small kind of disease, or any kind of symptoms which turns out to be major. Next thing is the promote lactation. So soon after delivery, the first thing what is that, okay, now till now the baby has got all the whatever we call as garba poshana through upasneha, upasveda, nabinala, whatever, jarayu, etc. concepts. But now once the birth is happened, it's every mom's responsibility, or if it is every um, um, doctor's responsibility, that the lady has and proper feeding, or she feeds the baby properly. So the promotion of the lactation is very important in such females. So first of all, what do you do is, how whether the lactation is fine, the baby is receiving the utmost feeding, all that has to be looked into. For that, the lady has to be fine. So again, to promote the lactation also, one of the aim that is of Sootika, paricharya. And next, to help her to regain the lost strength and vitality. So whatever the strength in that whole labor period she has taken, okay, the whole months, 9 months, how she has bared that baby, and how that in that either the primary or the it might be a multi, the stages of labor what she has passed through, the pain and the threshold level of bearing that contraction, etc. If she has bared, then again that strength has been lost so much. So how do you gain back that strength, or how do you put back the strength into her body? That is the duty of a doctor, and that is the way how you have to counsel the patient too. So similarly, going to the next slide, where what can happen in the Sutika Paricharya. So, however, all of you have got know about Sutika Paricharya, how the acharyas have mentioned the mentioning of Pipali Mola, etc., and the mentioning about Abhyanga, the mentioning about Svedana, the mentioning of Udara Veshtana, the mentioning of Deepana Pachana Dravyas, the mentioning of Ahara, how necessarily the Acharya has mentioned in that age, decades back he has mentioned, and what we are following now, that is important. So, what is the exact meaning to give behind all these things is just explained. So, according to Acharya, we have already know he mentions all these things like Abhyanga, right hand side, whatever I've mentioned as Abhyanga, Udaraveshtana, then again Svedana, Pariseka, Snehapana, and the Ahara, Dravya, whatever she is being given. So, what does this Abhyanga do to you or to your body? So, first of all, it is the nervous system is in a hypersensitivity state, which leads to lot of where the lady has faced lot of pain sensation and anxiety and the depression, because at times she tries to push down the baby, it doesn't happen, there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of pain from the episiotomy wound, there's so many lacerations what happen, etc., etc., and the pain of just seeing the baby, finally the baby cry, all that is there. So what does your abhyanga do exactly? It causes whatever the changes have happened in the nervous system, that gets stimulated back, or it gets the lady gets stimulated with that abhyanga therapy. So this is how it works on. Similarly, when these therapies like the Udara Vestana, the Abhyanga, the Svedana, and the Pariseka helps in the toning up the abdominal and the perineal muscles, and also whatever the laxity of the vagina has been got by what the pushing down or the bearing down efforts, or by bearing down efforts to push out the fetus out. So whatever the laxity has happened of the vagina and the uterus, which might lead to prolapse, that also can be regained by these kind of treatments, therapies. And the venous congestion leading to the edema. So you know that how what happens as soon as the delivery happens, we wait for the placenta to come, and there is lot of bleeding what happens, there's so many lacerated wound what happens, etc., even the episiotomy wound. So to prevent that also, the whatever the has happened, the condition what has happened, even that can be suppressed by these kind of therapies. And lastly, coming to this, even the increased chances of puerperal venous thrombosis, that also can be corrected. Similarly, the snehapana and the aharapana, so what does it do? So mainly the snehapana, so we tell it is mandagni, right? So how can you give snehapana when there is mandagni? So that might be a question, but again here it is where the deepana pachana is the one best example of the snehapana what you can give during the Sutika period is a Panchakola Siddha Snehapana, which helps exclusively for all the to kindle her digestive fire, whatever she has lost, whatever the Agni Mandya has been created, that can be set right by this. And also the urinary retention, what has happened because of the over distension of the uterus during the labor, and all that push and strain of the labor during that particular period of the stage 2 and 3, that also can be recorrected. So these are the changes what happen, and this is a paricharya which works excellent on these criteria. So coming to the next slide, that is the abhyanga slide. So everyone knows what is abhyanga. There's nothing to be explained where what is abhyanga, what do we do. So everyone knows it is a therapy, it is a type of massage what we do, or we tell it as a massage therapy, the abhyanga. So this is the importance of abhyanga according to Shushruta and Charaka. The next slide. So there, you know what is abhyanga meant, right? They have said about what does the what kind of dosha does it subside, and what does it do. Whatever the ruja is there, or whatever the bala it has to produce, that has been got back by the abhyanga. So there's lot of the internal meaning this lokas where the Acharya Charaka and Sushruta have mentioned about the abhyanga. So I'm not going in detail of that because this has already been studied by us long back. So coming to the next slide. So I just want to tell you these are certain abhyanga. I said you I'm just talking. I'm not talking anything from the classical text. I'm just giving the reference of it. This is a purely massage. What the people do. Okay, in they follow these kind of massages as soon as the lady is been delivered. Okay, so this called as first according to the Madikeri. So there is a small Scotland of India, what we call as Madikeri, that is in Karnataka. What you see, so they tell it as Dhanvantari massage. So Dhanvantari massage by the name of God Dhanvantari, with the help of Dhanvantara Taila. That is a massage what they give to the lady soon after the delivery. So they call that massage itself as Dhanvantari massage, which many people of the Kurk, that is the Scotland of India, follow. Okay, so this is one type of massage what they follow. Next, coming up to the Kerala. So you also know that God's own city, which is called as the Kerala, that is very famous for all this panchakarma line of treatment. And here they tell that specifically the treatment or the particularly the therapy with these kind of oils, that is a bala taila, dhanvantara taila, pinda taila, and kuzambu. I can't pronounce their word, they tell it as kulambu something it is, but that is the term how they do. And they tell for 45 minutes they do the abhyanga for the lady, and that particular abhyanga is called as ved, and it is carried for around 7 days. Okay, for 7 days continuously post delivery they give this particular therapy that is called as the abhyanga. And next, coming to the Maharashtrian, so you all of you know Mumbai. So the people of Mumbai, they use specifically the narikela taila, that is nothing but the coconut oil, which they use for the snana purpose, with the water boiled with neem leaf. So whatever we specify here, the abhyanga, it is nothing but the tailas, whatever we mentioned till now is nothing but the vatahara tailas itself, which has excellent result. And even the neem, okay, that also you know the neem leaves, even there are the vatahara. So that leaves is being boiled in the water, and that particular water is being used for the bath purpose. So this is about abhyanga what the people follow. Next, coming to the Karnatakans, they specifically I have just classified into the Hindu community and the Muslim community what they follow here. So they use the nimba taila. Again, I already said you nimba patra what they use, but here they use a nimba taila, which is been given for the abhyanga purpose. Okay, so the specificity of it has been mentioned. Similarly, the Muslims of the Karnataka, they follow abhyanga, which is given with the churna. Okay, that is specifically the kala jiraka, or the Krishna tila. Okay, the Krishna Jiraka, Kala Jiraka is nothing but the Krishna Jiraka churna what they take mixed with the Haridra and any kind of Vatahara Taila. Okay, it can be Bala Taila, it can be Dhanvantara Taila, it can be Mahanarayan Taila, any Vatahara Taila which is then mixed with the Krishna Jiraka churna along with the Haridra churna mixed, and they are applying it as an Abhyanga. So it is a form of the thing what they boil it with that same thing, and then they apply till 40 days. Some even follow it to 3 months to 6 months. Okay, for the balya, for the whatever the bala is lost in the lady can be regained by this. Similarly, the Uttar Pradesh, that is almost the center of our India, Uttar Pradesh, they follow the same thing, that is with Abhyanga with the Sashapataila, which is added with Lashna. So Sashapataila is heated, along with that the Lashna is been just grinded or pounded and just put into that and boiled, and that Taila is being used for the Abhyanga purpose. So going to the next slide. So what is the impact of Abhyanga on the body? So as all of you know, skin is the largest sense organ which has n number of nerve endings, right? So many nerve endings are there. So what exactly to be done? So it is like it specifically the nerve, it soothes the nervous system, and the endorphins, what we tell it as the feel good hormones. The Whenever you're in a happy mood and everything, then this is the hormone what supports your whole system, that is called as the feel good hormones. So that, and it also reduces the stress. So that is the thing what has been mentioned, what is the impact of Abhyanga. Next, coming to the Abhyanga, what has been indicated over the lower back and the perineal region, which facilitates the good drainage of the lochia. So all of you know, post the post delivery, there is something called as lochia what comes out. So the three types of lochia what acharyas I mean, sorry, not the acharyas, how the convention size has mentioned, the serosa, the rubra, etc. So that particular secretion, when you give a nice massage over the back and over the perineal region, it drains out nicely. So that is one of the, again, impact of Abhyanga. Next, it tones up the pelvic floor, abdomen, and the back muscle. So there's lot of spasm, right? We can't predict sometimes. So we conduct delivery sometimes thinking that the multiparas take very easy short time for delivering the patient. Okay, we always feel that okay, okay, we can finish within afternoon. It's not like how it is mentioned like stages of labor, but usually sometimes we feel that in my practice specifically it has happened that the multiparas have to be always we have to wait for multiparas to deliver. We wait and wait and wait, and whereas the prime, it is it's so easy and so calm, the very nicely they deliver. So you can imagine the strain when the lithotomy position what you put them in. Imagine your leg to be there for half an hour in that particular position, you'll surely develop a spasm or a cramp. So how to relieve all that? So this is the best therapy what you can relieve from all these spasms and etc. Next, what does it do? The Abhyanga also helps from the soft tissue injuries, recovery from that, whatever has happened, and also increases the blood circulation, which reduces the edema or the swelling. So, edema and swelling is the same. So, edema of the body. And then also, you know that the Abhyanga improves the venous blood flow by dilating the superficial blood vessels, thereby preventing the thrombosis. Okay, so this is one of the very good impact how the Abhyanga has been done. So no one prescribes this, only except Ayurveda does this. Next, the also you know that how the Abhyanga is being done, the authentic way of doing. It's not, I'm not talking about the massages what is being conducted in the beauty parlors. It is the authentic Abhyanga how the Acharya has mentioned. If you do that, and specifically the marma points or the pressure points, if those particular points or the particular certain points, the pressure points, they're stimulated, etc., the lymph also drainage will be very easier to the body. So that also happens. Next, also know you know that it is the lymph nodes as the lymphocytes are one which the maintains the whole the body circulatory immunological resistance. So again, that it also has an impact on that. So thus telling concluding about Abhyanga, I just want to tell you as Abhyanga has so much impact on the body, and it helps in healing and rejuvenation of a woman during the postnatal period. So Abhyanga is very necessary. So anything is okay, wherever, might be Anupadesha, Jangara Desha, or Sadharana Desha, wherever you are, follow the Vatahara procedures. Whatever the Taila you use, it is Vatahara you can use, and you can go according to the region wise regimen what you want to follow. So coming to the next slide, that is the Stanika Svedana and the Pariseka. So all of you know the Sveda what is been given or the Pariseka is been given. So coming to the next slide, I have not got very much information of the Svedana, but the Keralites what they follow is these two things. One is the Chuna Pinda Sveda, what they give mildly with the Vatahara Patra added with Grita. Okay, so the Vatahara Patra, what they do, the Churna, and that patra is added with grita, and then which is fried with the saindava lavana, and then it has been done like the particular thing how you do the stanika svedana with that the pinda sveda what you do on the lady. If it is a normal delivery, you do it after 7 days, and in case it is a cesarean section what the patient has undergone, then do it after the 15 days. So this is what they there is a protocol what they follow in Kerala. Next, the snana with again the snana has come here. So the snana, the specifically as I said, the snana itself is the one method which causes the svedana in the body, right? The hot water what you pour down. So specifically where vata shamaka dravyas like nalparamadi, pasha, nirgundi patra, lajjalu, gava leaves. All of you know what is gava, right? So we all tend to eat. It's a season for the gava to come out. So the leaves of the gava, etc. Which also, if you are not finding all these leaves, you can use these simple leaves what is in and around your what's that in your around your house, and even you can use this particular thing for the sana purpose. Okay, so this is other than that you can use the bilva patra, you can use neem, that is nimba patra, etc. For this name snaha for the sana water, where you can take the water, boil it with this patra. First of all, you do the halka of this patra, put it in that water, and that water is been poured over the body. So the hot, the way even Karnatakans follow, as we have seen the next slide, the same thing we also follow, where we usually use the different kinds of this, what is that? Pongamia pinnata, that is what is that? Your drumstick leaves that is being used. That is also Vatahara Patra. Whatever is available in the locality, you use it and you give the snana for the Sootika lady. Similarly, here the amlaki fruit, okay, which is being boiled with hot water and it has been used for the head bath, specifically by the Keralites, and that too the Muslim communities follow the same thing. And other than that, for body bath, they use the Nalpamaradi pattas or the Vatavriksha, Ashwatha Laksha, Udumbara, any kind of patras. If you are not getting all this, any single drug also is okay for useful for the snana purpose. Next, Ushna Jala Snana. What also with the Vatahara Patras, what has been followed by Karnataka. So that's what I said you. So specifically, you can't go searching where is Vatavraksha or Ashwatatvaka, everything. So if you don't get anything, Bilva Patra, simple ones, or the Gava leaves, what you have in your, or the neem leaves, what you have, that is usually used to for the particular snana purpose. Next, the same thing what Maharashtrians follow, that is water which is boiled with the neem leaves. So all of you know that towards North India we have huge neem trees, right? Everywhere in the campuses also we have. In Jaipur we have very nice neem pattas. So that simple neem pattas we can use for the snana purpose. Okay, whereas when it comes to South India it is a little lesser. The neem trees grows with very difficulty than how we see it in the North India. Okay, so coming to the what is the impact of the Stanika Sweda, next slide, how what is the impact of the Stanika Sweda and the Pariseka on the body. So it helps relieving the pain and the inflammation because of the local tear during labor and the episiotomy, and helps in the early healing. So whatever the episiotomy of given or any lacerated wound is there, see, being a doctor, we at most take care so much. We very nicely take care, but sometimes we have seen certain. I have worked in certain government hospitals, which I don't name them, but I've seen there's the doctors don't come because there's a lot of surgeries. What happened? There's sisters who take up deliveries. I've seen them how they give an episiotomy cut, how they suture it back. It looks so hard on the patient, really, when you see such things happening. But there's no option also for them when it is something with the socioeconomic status. They have to go to a government hospital, and when they
शाम की
get to
टाइम
the
नहीं होती
refer,
मेरी, इन्होंने नहीं देखा होगा, कहाँ चले गए, वो नहीं था, लॉक नहीं
okay,
था, आपसे पहले की बात है। बड़ा दिमाग खाते हैं, बहुत दिमाग खाते हैं। वो लड़की है ना, वो सबसे इंटेलिजेंट है इनके घर में।
uh, hello, madam. Can you mute your? Yeah. So continuing. So same thing. The thing. So I've not written here the vasodilatation and the vasoconstriction. So what helps to reduce the blood flow, increases to help
अरे
increases
मैं
the
आपको
blood
एक
flow
और
to the
केस और
local.
बताऊंगी। There was a lady
it helps to increase the blood flow to the local area, and also it reduces the edema. So this is how the impact of the Sanika Chikitsa is. Next, coming to the Udara Vestana Chikitsa. So all of you know what is Udara Vestana or the Udara Patta, what the Acharya has said with the nice vastra, the Kshauma vastra, whatever he tells, which has been tied. So I think everywhere it is followed. I don't think so no one does this. Everyone, see, instead of getting the bands, there's a lot of what's that, marketing with the bands what they give, and tying in around the abdomen to decrease the abdominal fat, and there's certain vibrating bands also what they give. But instead of that, a simple cotton sari what you get, the simple, the purest form of cotton are not the mixed ones, that sari which you can just fold it very nicely, okay, and then you can give a tight packing in and around the abdomen, that is from the back to the front, tight, okay, slowly, soon after the normal delivery. And in the cesarean section, better once the suture has been removed, then you can go for the vestana or the udara pattadharana. So similarly here also the same thing has been mentioned. As I already said you, the simple, there's no need of buying anything else. The simple cotton sari will do for that. The old grannies how they used to use the cotton sari, those simple cotton saris is more than enough for the Udara Vestana in the Sootika period. Next, what is its impact on the body? So, as all of you know, how the uterus, though it's a pelvic organ, how it becomes an abdominal organ, pushing out to till the diaphragm in the pregnancy state. So whatever the involution has to happen, it has to happen following the delivery, right? So it helps to relocate whatever the displaced organs are there during pregnancy to its normal anatomical position, and it also helps the uterus to shrink back to its normal size, and it occupies its room, that is the maximum room in the pelvic, in the pelvis, okay. So that is the one thing, and it also helps in flattening the stretched abdominal muscles, and also it is very much essential you do this because it gives a very good back support, and it helps to improve the posture and also reduces the discomfort which is associated with the postpartum backache, okay. So you know that how the lordosis happens towards the last trimester, and you get the gait of the woman only it changes, and so much of pain what she goes through because of the backache, no proper sleeping posture, etc. So this acts wonderful as a back support also to improve her posture by giving an udara vestana or the udara pattadharana. Next, coming to snehapana. So all of you know what is snehapana. So as I said you, so these are things what have been followed by the Keralites. So there is something like the Tila Taila. So all of you know the Tila Taila, what we call it as the sesame oil. So that particular thing it's been taken around 15 to 30 ml soon after delivery on the first day till 2 to 4 days, and they tell that usually in Keralites they tell that they don't give, I don't know how many follow it, but this is certain authentic people who said me, which they still follow the same thing where the first 2 to 4 days they completely restrict from giving water, okay. They just give the tilataila 15 ml to 30 ml soon after delivery for the 3 to 4 days from the first day itself, and that is the main thing. So as all of you know, tila, it is balya, it is pachya, and if the lady is having stana alpata also, it helps in that, and also it's an excellent varana, it has an excellent varana ropaka action. So this is how it has wonders in the particular Sutika period. And as all of you know, the most common snehapana what Keralites follow is nothing but the Panchakola Siddha snehapana, which I already said you in the starting itself. Okay, so what is the impact of snehapana on the body? The next slide. So there it tells that the urinary retention with the bladder over distension and constipation. Okay, so all of you know what happens to the ladies. So many people come with the complaints of hemorrhoids, fissures, etc. with the constipated stool. So it's an early complication. What happens? That is the urinary retention and the constipation, which is a very early complication of the purpurum. So in that we tell her to take the snehapana, which again has an excellent result. Okay, which is indicated in the mutra krichra and also the gada varshas. Okay, the snehapana, the avapidana sneha. Then he tells that the anulomana of the Sorry. Pens. This is sorry. Okay. Also it has been studied, certain research studies show that it also accelerates the peristaltic movements, okay, of the intestines, and also it corrects the constipation. There are a lot of researches what have been done on the same thing. So it helps in the peristaltic movements and also corrects the constipation. So this is about the snehapana. And next, the panchakola siddha snehapana, as I already mentioned you how it helps in improving the agni mandyata, and also as I said it has the tikshna and the ushna properties. And as the grita is a yoga vahi itself, and it balances this particular ruksha and the tikshna property. So you might think how the ruksha and tikshna is been given soon after Sootika, but since grita, you know how it is yoga vahi, so it helps when it comes into an what's that combination of it helps the particular patient to sustain it in our body also. And also it helps in, it causes the uterine contraction. So whatever the afterbirth however doesn't remember, so whatever the clots or the bleeding is there, or the abnormal bleeding is there, it has been easily excreted from the particular system. So this is about the snehapana. Next, coming to next slide, coming to the dupana. So as all of you know what is dupana, again many of us follow. Sorry, I forgot to put the picture actually. There is a chair what we have, and we have a center hole, okay, in that. And whatever the dupa dravya is there, it has been kept under the chair, and the lady is been made to sit on that, and a small and the bedsheet has been covered all around her. So specifically the dupana to that particular perineal area, okay, for that perineal muscles, for that episiotomy wound, it has a very good impact, okay. So most of the what's that nursing homes, I mean specifically the Ayurvedic type of nursing homes has this particular kind of chair, okay. So dupana for the full body and also the yoni pradesha. So what usually the North Karnataka people use for the dupana is the outer cover of the lashuna, that is the garlic, the outer, okay, the not the pot, the cover of it, along with ajamoda. So all of you know ajamoda. Then the vacha. Okay, it is all taken and it has been put over the coal. Okay, the charcoal that has been put, and it has been covered with the lid which is having holes, and the lady is made to stand by keeping her legs apart such that the dupana material is in between her legs. So then it has been covered. So whatever the you have put this churna, this particular dravya in that particular coal, the dupa arises and it enters, it goes into the perineal area. So this is how the things are being followed, or else the whole body is being covered with the bed sheet, so the svedana effect also is being got. So this is how they follow. So what is the impact of dupana on the body? So all of you know, uh, dupana in the purple stage, as I said you already, vaginal defense is been lowered by the hypoestrogenic state. So specifically by the dupana, we can prevent the puerperal sepsis, one thing. And specifically whatever we use nowadays, that is the agaru, guggulu and the kushta, have the essential volatile oils which have the strong antibacterial, antiseptic and the disinfectant properties, okay, against your strepta and the staphylococcus. So these are the studies what are being conducted. This is not from anywhere, the studies which have been done, and that it has an action on these particular actions. So dupana has no any specific other effect, untoward bad effect on the body. So also, so coming to the thing, as I said you, the dupana is also helps in preventing the and also the helps in curing the infections. Next slide, coming to the lepana concept, where all of you know what is lepana, right? So the lepana concept, where we tell us the different types of lepana according to different region wise what they use. Specifically by the Kurg or the Mediterraneans, what they follow is kasturi arishina, the raw turmeric what has been there, that particular turmeric is been removed, and nicely it is the nicely it has been triturated, nicely it has been made a paste, and that is been applied over whole of the body before the bath. Okay, so as all of you know what is haridra, it has n number of upayogas, right? It is an excellent what's that excellent drug of choice in all the twak dosha, in any kind of vrana or any kind of kandu, anything. Okay, so this is the one which has been used and it has so many effects. So these are the certain points what have been taken from nigantus, like how the action happens on the body. Okay, so this is about kasturi arshi. Next, coming to the haridra with coconut milk, which has been applied over full body, and it has been kept for half an hour. Okay, so you same thing, the haridra churna what has been taken, the kasturi churna you will get, the authentic gopuram. Usually some people, if you don't get dried ones, if you can't do that, the gopuram ones what you get, which can be taken, and the coconut, the grated coconut is nightly been pounded, and the milk from that is being taken out, and that milk has been mixed with this haridra churna, and then it has been applied all over the body, and then kept for half an hour, and then the lady is been advised for bathing. Okay, for the bath you can use the nimba patra, I mean nimba patra along with haridra. It is nicely grounded, and then it has been applied over the body, and following it you can also give the sana. So this particular combination of drug, the nimba and the haridra, can be put into that hot water, and that hot water can be used for bathing purpose. Okay, so this is about the lepana. Next, what is the impact of on the body? So as all of you know, it helps to remove the toxins or the dead cells, thereby nourishing the cells of your body, and also the skin. It nourishes nicely the skin. So whatever the your striae, your linea, or the pregnancy mask, whatever is there, so literally by applying all these things, the lepana, it goes off, it fades off. Okay. Next, it also strengthens the muscles and tissues, as well as it reduces the inflammation and congestion in the joints. Okay, so this is the one more thing what I wanted to specify. So this is the impact of lepana on the body. So next, coming to the last, the beautiful concept. Actually, I have not got much details of the North India concept. Only some details of North India aharas I have got. Mostly the ahara is of South Indians. So I'll just tell you the same thing. See, we tell Acharya tells how even he indicates the mamsa rasa also to be given, right? Everyone knows how the Acharyas have said mamsa rasa also can be given, but there's a certain regimen. But there's all kind of communities what live in India, right? So according to that, I have put the regimen. You can just go through, and if you're like, you can surely you can practice it, because it is the practices what is been done from ages. Okay, so first followed by the Kolkata certain regiments what I got from some person from Kolkata. So they this is what they do. So the Krishna Jiraka is nicely fried. Okay, first thing what they give for the lady as an ahara is Krishna Jiraka, which is nicely fried and added with haridra. Then the churna is been prepared, and then it is again added with jaggery. So you get this palm jaggery. It is sorry, palm jaggery. Madam, next slide. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah. Okay, see this last one, you can see the palm leaf what is been tied, that is called as palm jaggery. Usually it is available everywhere. I don't know whether it is available in the North India. It is available everywhere. Before it was used to come from Tamil Nadu. So now also I think specifically it comes from Tamil Nadu itself. It is called as, we call it as palm jaggery. So that jaggery is being used along with this churna, and nicely the small vati or the gutika is been prepared out of it, and that vati is being given 2 to 3. Okay, two doses or three one per day it is been given. Okay, for an week, for an week you have to give. So daily three tablets or two tablets is been given again. So see, you know what is the action of haridra. Already I said varanya it is, then shrota hara it is, and then I said you also about Krishna Jiraka. It causes the deepana pachana and garbhashaya vishuddhikara. Okay, so vishuddhikara, as I said, you whatever toxin or the bleeding, whatever is it, that comes out easily. So this is about the Krishna Jiraka's effect on the body. And as all of you know, Guda, it is the Meda Mamsa Karo. So it whatever the asphatic is lost, the nutrients, the body produced loss, that is being gained by the same thing. So this is about the ahara. Next, coming to the, this is a type of fish what they give, I heard. So this is a fish what has been found, not in the river. I think in the pond it has been found, I guess. So around 4 to 5 varieties of fish is there. It's called as jewel much. If you want, you can just refer the net, I guess. So it is cooked in water along with harida and very little salt. Okay. So some turmeric powder and some salt is added along with manduka parni. So all of you know this manduka parni. Excellent it is. Okay, medya dravya, which has been togetherly boiled, and a soup is been prepared from that, and then uh, uh, then for and given for the first week. Okay, during the first week, they just give the soup of the matsya. See, we follow a lot of when it comes to Karnatakans, we have to see there's a lot of vegetarian things what they follow, but this Kolkata is specifically for the Bengalis. You know how they're so much dependent on the fish. Like every function, they give you a fish free to take home. So that is the way. I don't know. I'm just telling because I came to know from them itself. I'm not very sure. I'm not in anything, any functions from there. But this is how it has been done. So this is the way how it has been done. So they mentioned also, there's a reference also by Acharya, by Charakacharya, how he tells the Rohita Matsya, the importance of Rohita Matsya. What does it do? It is Deepaniya, it causes the Lagupaka, and it is also the one which provides lot of bala in the body. So might be for the same thing. This was what the people said from Calcutta, that for the balya purpose we give this soup out of this fish. And the similarly, if you find Charakacharya also, he tells a similar kind of thing where he tells that the balya, how the fish gives. And then also I said you Manduka Parni, there where you tell that Bala Varna Agni Vardini, what it does, and it is Shula Agni, whatever Shula it causes, it reduces, and also the Amayana Ashini. So whatever the disease or she's prone to any disease, also it gets relieved. So this is the internal meaning according to the Bhava Prakasha, what he has given about. So that is about it. Next, chapati made out of wheat powder, the pure wheat what they take, and they tell that it has been given. And then they tell the same thing is been given for the lunch, breakfast and dinner. There's no giving rice for first 1 week. No rice is given at all. They said chapati with wheat powder or tea with milk is been given for 1 week as breakfast, lunch and dinner. No other choice at all. We can't tell a menu. It is just 1 week. You have to follow this regimen. And after 1 week, they start with a normal routine, which is with rice, vegetables, etc. as a normal routine what they follow. So this is the ahara what is been followed. Next slide. Next slide. That is nothing but followed in the Coorg. So the coffee. Okay, so even the same thing is followed by the Karnatakans also. Soon after she brushes her teeth, one big glass of coffee is being given. As I said, you palm jaggery, a variety of jaggery what we get, along with, this is the Coorg people what they follow, with the Nimba Patra and the Kalanji seeds, okay, what they use. And that Kalanji seeds is, again I said you, it is Deepana Pachana, it has an effect. Then Nimba, as I said you, whatever the Kasa, Shwasa, etc. she has been prone to, that thing is been relieved. Okay, so this is the coffee what they give in the place. So the coffee with pan jaggery is being given. They don't give milk at all. Okay, the first 16 days they follow the Sootika paricharya, and in this first 16 days they don't follow anything with milk and milk products. Okay, it is just coffee which is made with palm jaggery, nimba, kalonji seeds and the coffee powder. Okay, the might be the filter coffee powder what they use. Next, the Krishna Jiraka Pana, what they do. So here is the leya what they prepare. So the Krishna Jiraka, what has been taken along with Ajamoda, Guda, Maricha, Lashuna, and all are nicely triturated along with Guda. Leya is being done, and the leya is being given for 1 day for her, for the particular purpose. So this is the second reference what they do. The third one is, it is called as Sabbaki Suppu, what they tell. As I refer, it is the dill leaves. I think this is available. It's a kind of mint leaf what we get. It has a very peculiar smell. So that particular leaf they give, or also the fenugreek leaf what we call as methi leaf, methi, metika, that leaves what easily we can grow also in our home. That leaves are being given as the small kind of curry, exactly the what do we tell, a small or that just a small with little added coconut or little bit of garnish, and they're giving it because it has an excellent effect on increasing the lactation, okay, or the milk production. That is the one. Next is Dashamula Arishta and the Jiraka Arishta what they give for 40 days, which is given twice a day. So usually we give to our patients also for the Agni Deepana and Dashamula Arishta. You know that it is a very good Vatahara, especially for the Kasa and the Shvasahara concept it has been used. That is one thing what we give even now in our patients. Next slide. So all of you know that is the Jati Pala. with the jaggery, okay, which is been given after 16 days, okay. So jati pala is nicely, the inside that nut is been removed, nicely grinded, pounded with the jaggery, and then it has been given after 16 days. So jati pala, again, there's lot of effect of jati pala. It is anilapaham, it is for kasa shwasa, it is krimigna, it is shotahara, etc. things. So this all that things are being given for the same purpose, okay. Next, coming to the thing where even they use the poor people. Next slide, where they use the aja. Okay, so the aja mamsa, what is being said as the best mamsa. Okay, what acharyas have said, the aja mamsa, the shrestata, which they tell, and he tells that the soup, the leg part of the aja is being prepared. The soup is being prepared with certain ingredients, okay, like the prakshepaka dravyas, what we call, and that has been given after 16 days for the balya purpose, okay, the aja mamsa. So already Acharya Charaka has mentioned the importance of aja mamsa, na ati shita, na ati guru, snigdha mamsa, aja adoshalam it is, okay, sharira dhatu samaya anabhishanti brahmanam, okay. So whatever the thing is, there's the balya, whatever the purpose is that has been served by this particular mamsa rasa. Next he tells that tila plus metika. Okay, tila, the tila, the Krishna tila, or the Shweta tila, what has been taken along with the metika or the danyaka, and the rice or the porridge is been prepared out of it, and it is been given after 40 days as the food for the particular lady. So this is about that. The same thing is been mentioned. So this is the importance of the dravyas, that is the tila, metika, and the danyaka. How it helps in the so even the mentioning of metika, where he tells in the stanyak shaya garbhashaya shuddhi and prasavottara vyapat. So whatever the things are there, the metika ganji or the metika porridge or whatever we do it, it gives an excellent result for the particular purpose. So this is one thing whatever I wanted to mention. Next slide. So these are certain regiments which are followed by the Tamilians. So I don't know. We don't never use brinjal. We tell brinjal is one which is the one more which causes more of the infection in the body. It just increases the infection in the body. But I don't know. Might be due to the region-wise thing where they tell that for lunch and dinner they specifically give vartaka, that is the brinjal, any kind of serving which has been prepared out of brinjal is been given as a regimen which is said to be rich in iron. Okay, it is very rich in iron, so that has been given by the Tamilians. And instead of the rasam, okay, whatever we call as rasam, so that is nothing but prepared out of only maricha. Okay, the maricha, the pepper, they prepare the rasam out of it, and it has been given for the food, which is excellent. It is having an excellent deepana pachana effect again. And next again I said you the ajamamsa, which is used for the soup purpose with different spices, which is given by them. And they use one combination of the drug, that is, as I said you, the betel leaf with arachnet, jati phala, and the thing which they nicely pound and they give to the Sootika lady, which they tell that it is very good for the digestion. I don't think so everyone can do this, because depending on the region-wise things, which how the effect on the Agni is, and then you can consider. Then other than that, they give dry fruits with kanda shakkara. So whatever dry fruits are there, they nicely pounded or nicely bread kicked down, and along with the kanda shakkara and grita, and with narikela. Narikela is nothing but the coconut. So the dried coconut, what we tell it is kobbari, the dried form of coconut what we take for oil. So that coconut is been mixed together and is been given for the lady for the hand. So during this Sootika period, they completely avoid milk and the milk products. Okay, so this is according to the Tamil. Next slide, that is followed by the Keralites. So there is the coffee again, which is added with small palandu. Okay, I don't know whether I have a figure. Sorry, I don't have a figure, I think. The small the onions you get, I don't know if you all have you seen the small, specifically the Keralites use only that onions, or the bigger ones. The small onions, what they take, the small palandu, adraka, ginger, danyaka, haridra, maricha, then the jaggery, which has been given for 3 months. Okay, the coffee, it is made up of all these drugs, which has been powdered and put in that coffee, and then it has been nicely and given to the particular lady for 3 months. And they tell that if you give this, there's no kapha problems at all. So this is one more thing what has been done. Next, the panchakola churna along with the ganji water is being given before food. for pain, for the hardening or the bloating and the gastric distension. Okay, so the Kola Churna along with the Ganji water. So all of you know what is Ganji water. So that has been given mixed with that, and it has been given for this particular purpose, serving. Next, the lashuna along with that palandu and ghee, it has been nicely pounded, and it has been given once a day for the particular lady. And the kshali, that is the rakta kshali, which has been given with takra and the vegetables without spices and pickle. Okay, so no adding spices, and even the pickle what is there, it is not the ones which we get in the shops. Okay, so specifically prepared for Sootika period without any spices. Might be a little of salt what they put into it, and they keep it for the time. Okay, so that is the thing. Otherwise, shali with the small palandu which has been fried with gutta. So that that onion which has been fried with gutta, and along with harija churna and maricha which has been put into that with salt for taste, and that particular regimen is being given for shali is being I mean the food is being given to her. So this is about the Kerala. The same thing. Next slide. That is the metika seed boiled in coconut milk. So there is a small preparation what we do. So see, you can use the boiled rice or you can use your beaten rice. Any kind of rice you can use, whichever you are accustomed to. And you have to soak this metika seeds overnight. And next day, if you want, you can just run it in the mixie for one round, just one round. Okay, or else directly you keep the rice to heat up or boil up, and then you add this metika seeds along with this palm jaggery and nicely boil the same thing. Okay, and then that rice you can have. It is very excellent for balya, for what is that for the balya purpose, and even for the varnya purpose. So whoever is having that complexion criteria, even if they use this particular metika rice, it has a very good effect, okay, on the varnya also. Next, the metika lehya, what has been there, the same thing. The metika what has been taken, and with the jaggery and the gutta what has been added, and from the lehya, and that has been used. Next, the shatavari churna along with the milk what has been given, or the shigru patra paste along with the milk is given if in case the milk is decreased. So if you have any patient who has the lactation problem, and they can't reach up to you, you can suggest them these things, which has an excellent effect on the production of milk. Even the shigru patra, the small curry out of it if you prepare also, sabzi out of it if you prepare also, it also has a very good effect on the milk production. Okay, other than that, malatangi kuruku, see, this is one more form, but I'm not sure. This is the name what they have given me. Okay, the leaves of Parna Yavani, what is been taken, the Mexican mint or Dodda Patre, what we call in the Karnataka, that is been taken along with the Narikela Paya, so the coconut milk what has been taken, and along with Laktakshali, the leha is been prepared, and that leha is been given to the lady, which is called as Malatangi Kuruku, and which is used for the strengthening the body. Okay, and next they also follow that something called as Tengin Pukaladi Rasayana. Tengin Pukaladi Rasayana is nothing but the flower of the coconut tree. I don't know whether there's less usage of coconut in the North India, but highly used in the South India. So the flower of the coconut tree, which has been taken, the tender flowers, added with Guda, Jiraka, and Raktashali, and made a leha form, and that leha that is being given. The dose is around 1 TSP is being given twice daily with milk. Okay, so this is what has been given to the ladies. This has been prepared by them. It is not sold anywhere. Freshly prepared by them, and they are given it daily with the milk. Okay. Next, coming to the see, this is also one more thing where they tell that if there is no proper bowel or the flattest movement, the tender coconut. Okay, you all of you have drank the tender coconut in your life, right? So the tender coconut, what you take, add 10 at least 10 number of daksha, what we call as munnaka, right? So you take that, then you put it in the water, in that particular water, and keep overnight, and next day morning the lady has to drink that. Okay, so it is very helpful for the anulomana. It has a very good anulomana effect, that is the flatters or the bowel movement. It has a very good effect. So this is the thing what they are followed. Next, so this is the thing what I have already said you, the thing in Pukaladi Rasayana. So the next slide, that is next slide where we tell about the Aja Mamsa again. So specifically, even when selecting the Aja, they tell that the aja which is having the male goat, okay, the one which is having the black fur is being chosen, and that particular thing, the aja, is being taken, and then which is added with shunti, lashana, maricha, and lavana, and it is been given as a soup for the balya purpose or the bala. Okay, so this is one thing what they follow, that is called as atin soup. Okay, they tell it as atin soup. And next the metika, which is soaked overnight, next day added with the grated coconut and the gouda. Okay, so again I repeat, metika soaked overnight, next day added with grated coconut and gouda, and it has been given for 7 days, and it helps in relieving the gastric distension. So this is excellent result. I'm not telling it can only be used in Sootika. I think even the people in our home, if anyone is having something like gastric distension, you can surely give them this, so that if you can still find an excellent result in the same thing. Okay, so coming to the next slide. So this is the thing again what they follow, the Kerala, that is the 3 days, first 3 days of Sootika, they give the Mukkuti. So see, Mukkuti is nothing but called in our Ayurvedic terminology Alambusha or Jalapushpi or Pita Pushpi. This is the plant which you see everywhere, right? So this is the churna out of this is been prepared. Two TSP of it has been taken, mixed in a glass of water, and it is been given in the empty stomach in the early morning. So it is indicated for the heavy bleeding during the Sutika period. So it controls the heavy bleeding. Okay, so whatever the heavy bleeding, whatever has been going, and whatever is the foul bleeding has been left over also comes out by this particular thing. So this is one thing what they follow. Next 3 days they give an combination of Shatapushpa, Ajamoda. Okay, the mixture of Shatapushpa and Ajamoda, which is soaked overnight and grinded with a glass of lukewarm water, and it has been given in the empty stomach in the morning. So first 3 days that, after that, following that next 3 days this, and following that next 3 days a dish which is been prepared with metika in the form of peya, payasa or leya is been given. So this is the concept how they are following. So lastly, coming to the things which has been followed by the Kannadigas, that is, I'm proud to say this is a thing exactly what has been followed in my home also, for my aunties, for my sisters, etc. So we tell it as a raw medicine. Okay, this is nothing but the raw medicine is nothing but we give it as a name as raw medicine. So see, all these ingredients it contains, and it is very horrible to eat it also, because even I was made to taste when my aunt was at home, and even I was made to say it is like so much spice in that, the ajamoda, etc. Oh God, it is like really you really don't want to eat. You feel that you're peaceful in the Garbini period than being in the Sutika period, because it's like sometimes it becomes a torture when you're forced to eat all these things. Okay, so this is the thing what has been given, so which is made up of the jaggery, the gouda, which is made up of narikela, which is made up of jeeraka, dhanyaka, which is called as kustumburu, then ajamoda, then the red chilies. These are chilies what we get, those chilies, and the krishna jeeraka. It is grinded into the thin paste, and this is certain regiments what they do. Okay, that so that the see there are certain things what it's beyond our science, where we also talk about grahas, putana, andaputana. There are so many grahas, right? So they tell that as soon as you prepare it, you should not wash your hands. Just wipe it under the legs. So that is some things follow as what we tell as superstitious things. Okay, I don't know how far. The same thing I have just penned it down. Okay, the same thing, and they are given. So it helps in reducing the klesha and also helps in increasing the breast milk. Okay, so this is the thing what has been done. And next, after 3 days, next 3 days, ganji what has been prepared out of metika, gouda, and grated coconut is been given, and kala jeeraka kashaya. So this is one kashaya which is given in a big glass. Soon, early in the morning, it has been given instead of water for the first 3 days. It is made to drink, that the lady, whatever the foul blood is there, that comes out. That is the meaning what they tell in the local people tell like that. And then the dried coconut along with palm jaggery added with the grita and the draksha, the laddu is been prepared, and it has been given soon after the bath, which helps in increasing the milk production. And the leha which has been prepared with the lashuna. Okay, the lashuna is been dried in sunlight for a week. So what you do is, first of all, this lashuna before the delivery itself, it has been dried in sunlight and kept, and then this lashuna, particularly this leha, it has been prepared at night itself. Okay, it is said that it is so that the smell of it is so good that it can even attract the evils. Okay, so that is the belief. I don't know how much to believe in that. So there are a lot of superstitious. There are certain things also we can't tell it is superstitious also. So there are certain things what has been followed. So they tell that they're dried for 1 week around under the sunlight, and then at night it is being prepared along with the palm jaggery, the coconut milk, and added with gita, and the leya is been formed, and it is been given for 1 month. Okay, so 1 month it has been given. So it is an excellent result, and it tells that whatever the worm infestations happen for the lady, that all gets relieved by this Lashana Rasayana. Okay, so next coming to the Kolakesha. So all of you know what is Kolakesha. The stem of it is been taken, and on the 8th day it is been given for the particular lady as a curry or a sabzi, which is good for the constipation. Okay, and all of you know the yam, right? Sunakanda, that is yam, what is we call it as. So it has been given for every day, the lunch and dinner. You will have this yam curry. They tell us the yam is very good for healing the wound and also to prevent the infection. So any kind of wound, it's not only the episiotomy wound, any kind of wound, yam is the best, they tell. Next, soup prepared out of kukkuta. So this is followed by the Christian community. We don't follow it. A soup which is prepared by the chick. Okay, the small chicks. They try to take care of it even during the pregnancy, and once it starts hatching, it has been preserved, and then that chick, the soup has been prepared. The whole chick. I don't know how they prepare. Sorry. And along with the raw medicine, that certain drugs I said you as a medicine, right? So that has been added with this soup, and it has been given to the lady. So coming to the last slide, where I just want to tell you as ahara, uh, like in the form of manda, peya, yavagu, is been given for the first 3 days, first 3 to 7 days, which has been followed by the mamsa rasa, which is all the acharyas have said. And as all of you know, these have the diuretic action. Okay, so it is easy to digest, and it has a diuretic action. And they are balya, they are tarpana, they are dhatu poshaka, they are vata nashaka, etc. And yavagu, it is processed, which is processed with vidari gandha ganadravyas or the kshira, helps to promote the secretion of breast milk. So you can give this also in your practices. Vidari gandhadi dravya siddha yavagu or the kshira. Vidari gandhadi dravya siddha kshira also can be given. And lastly, the the dravyas which are Madhura, Jivanya, and Brahmanya also are is best advocated in the Sootika period, which are anabolic in nature. Sorry. So the next slide, as already I said you, Madhura, Jivanya, Brahmanya Dravyas are anabolic in nature and probably promotes the endometrial regeneration, which begins 2 to 3 days post-delivery. Sorry. It also helps in the galactogenesis. Mamsa rasa, as all of you know, it is balya, etc. Along with it has a lot of the components, that is ions, vitamins, amino acids, etc. It the same thing has been repeated. So with this, the next slide, So with this, I've taken a lot of time, I think, and hopefully I have shared something valuable to you people. If any questions you can ask me. If I'm sure, I will answer them. Concluding my session, I just want to tell you as Ayurveda mentions all the avasthas, that is the Sagarbha avastha, Prasava avastha, and the Sutika avastha, which are the special phases of the woman's life, which requires specific diet and daily regimen. So it is evident that Sutika paricharya mentioned by our acharyas years ago is quite practical and authentic in the present scenario of our modern era. So it should be brought into practice to ensure that the mother regains herself quickly, her lost strength and vitality. So lastly, telling a message that erasing instead of erasing all these traditions or the Sutika Paricharyas, what our parents or our ancestors used to follow, I feel that we should surely go back into that, and surely we should follow all these things, because it has certain impact on the woman's body. It is not something like acharyas wouldn't have thought and they have just said all these things. Actually, it has been practiced by our ancestors. It's only thing is that we don't follow it, since the conventional medicines, we just follow the convention. Though we are into an Ayurvedic fraternity, we do follow certain modern concepts. I'm not saying it's wrong in following. We also follow that. In case it is absolutely necessary, there's no harm in following the same. But I feel even the simple things like this might be the Sootika. If we can give her the lost strength, and we can protect our immunity, and we can do so much inside our home. There's no need of giving something artificial or the chemicals what is been available in the store, right? There's so many availability with drugs in the stores for milk production, etc. We have everything in our kitchen and in our surroundings, and we can use the same thing for the people. It doesn't mean that we should write prescribe every time and tell, okay, you can go and take that medicine, this medicine, and this increase the breast milk. So these small things you can just give to any one of your patients depending on the locality. And with this, I'm just concluding my session. Thank you so much for your valuable for the valuable guidance from my beloved ma'am, Dr. Hetal. Uh, I'm really thankful to you, ma'am, and I'm just very happy that you gave me such a good opportunity. And I'm sorry because I could not do it much more than this because of all of these emergencies in the last what happened. And I'm thankful to you, ma'am, and thank you for your patient hearing all my seniors and all my juniors. If any questions, I'll surely answer. And in case I'm not doing, I'll surely answer you people in the group, or else you can personally text me also the same thing. Thank you so much.
जी, बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद डॉक्टर काव्या, आपने बहुत सुंदर प्रेज़ेंटेशन किया और बहुत अच्छी इन्फॉर्मेशन आपने एक साथ में शास्त्रीय संदर्भों को साथ में लेते हुए बताई और हमें तो ऐसे लग रहा था कि साउथ इंडिया की पूरी एक हमने ट्रिप कर ली। उस ट्रिप में हमने जी, 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 बिल्कुल, बहुत ही सुंदर लग रहा था। बल्कि हमारे साथ अभी इस मीटिंग में एक सीनियर पत्रकार है, मोनालिसा जी, उनके साथ भी हमने यही टॉपिक एक बार बातचीत में आया था और वो तब कह रही थी कि उनकी एक कोई बंगाल के कोई फ्रेंड है, वहाँ से वो कुछ इकट्ठा कर रहे हैं और वो फिर मुझे पूछ रहे थे, तो मैं उनको आयुर्वेदिक रेफरेंस बता रही थी। तो अब हमें नॉर्थ इंडियन वालों को कुछ करना पड़ेगा, मोना जी, है ना? इन्होंने साउथ इंडिया का पूरा समझा दिया, है ना? तो बहुत ही सुंदर प्रेजेंटेशन, बहुत अच्छी स्लाइड प्रेजेंटेशन। आपकी अभी पारिवारिक कुछ समस्या है, उसके बावजूद भी आपने ना नहीं बोला और आपने इतनी सुंदर प्रेजेंटेशन बिल्कुल राजधानी की तरह कर रहे थे कि बिल्कुल ऐसे 4:15 से शुरू हुए तो बिल्कुल 5:25, तो बहुत ही सुंदर प्रेजेंटेशन और वेरी गुड डॉक्टर साहब, बहुत सारे ब्लेसिंग्स,
थैंक यू सो मच मैडम,
बहुत सारी
हमेशा
शुभकामना।
चाहिए मैम, हमेशा चाहिए
आप
आपका ब्लेसिंग्स।
ऐसे ही आगे बढ़ते रहे और बहुत सारे अच्छे-अच्छे डॉक्टर्स का निर्माण करें कि जिससे हम भारत को स्वस्थ और समर्थ बना सके और आपको बहुत ही बढ़िया प्रेजेंटेशन है ऐसे और मैं समझती हूँ कि आपकी प्रेजेंटेशन सुनने के बाद बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स उससे प्रेरणा लेंगे और एक रेफरेंस मुझे बार-बार याद आ रहा था कि चरक और सुश्रुत ने जैसे लिख रखा है कि वनवासियों को पूछे और आप उन औषधियों का गुण और ये सारा जाने। तो मुझे ऐसे लग रहा था कि भारत की जितनी भी सीनियर सिटीजन पीढ़ी है, चाहे नॉर्थ की, चाहे साउथ की, मुझे लगता है कि उनसे आपने बहुत अच्छा जस्ट लाइक आयुर्वेद एक खजाना इकट्ठा किया है और मैं चाहूँगी कि स्टूडेंट्स भी इसी तरीके से प्रेरणा लेके उसमें से आगे कोई ना कोई तथ्यपूर्ण वैज्ञानिकता हम सबके सामने लाए और हम जो रीति रिवाज और परंपरा के माध्यम से जिनको फॉलो करते हैं वो सच में मोस्ट साइंटिफिक है। तो बहुत ही बढ़िया लगा डॉक्टर साहब और मैं समझती हूँ कि एक योग्य डॉक्टर बनने के लिए जैसे आपने बताया कि गर्भावस्था, प्रसवावस्था और सूतिकावस्था में से वो सक्सेसफुली बाहर आ जाए तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा एक योगदान रहेगा आयुर्वेद की तरफ से। तो बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद डॉक्टर साहब।
थैंक यू सो मच मैडम।
ओर से जी, मैं डॉक्टर गीता मैडम को आयु ज्योति कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल को आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी। आप एक बार डॉक्टर काव्या का धन्यवाद के लिए मैं आपको आमंत्रित करती हूँ। डॉक्टर
नमस्ते मैडम।
नमस्ते मैम, नमस्ते डॉक्टर हेतल मैम, आदरणीय बलदेव सर और काव्या मैम, आप सबको और जो भी प्रेजेंट लोग हैं यहाँ, उनको मैं सबको पहले नमस्कार करती हूँ। और मैम का जो सारगर्भित बहुत बड़ा अच्छा व्याख्यान था और बहुत ज्यादा नॉलेजेबल भी था, और मुझे तो ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग इसलिए लग रहा था क्योंकि हम नॉर्थ वालों से फिर कंपेयर भी करते हैं कि वहाँ क्या देते हैं, यहाँ क्या देते हैं, है ना। और बहुत ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेटिव था, यानी गागर में सागर, ऐसा मैं बोल सकती हूँ।
थैंक यू सो
और
मच मैम।
सबसे ज्यादा बड़ी बात यह है कि मैम, अगर आयुर्वेद के लोग ना भी हो, अगर आपका लेक्चर अभी यूट्यूब पे सुनेंगे ना, तो नॉन टेक्निकल या जो इसमें नहीं भी है, उनको भी बहुत मजा आएगा उसको सुन के। और वो बार बार सुनेंगे कि इसमें से हमें ये पता चल जाएगा कैसे धूपन करना है, कैसे स्नेहपान करना है, कैसे पेशेंट को नहाने के लिए वो स्नान का आपने बताया। फिर भी लास्ट
हाँ
में
मैम।
नींबू पत्र, हाँ, अगर कुछ नहीं मिला तो नींबू पत्र से काम वो चला लेंगे, वो जो इजीली
हाँ वही तो
अवेलेबल। हाँ
अवेलेबल है।
हाँ, और वो जो आपने बताया ना पेट पे बांधने वाला कपड़ा, मैम हमारे नॉर्थ में भी सभी लोग लेडीज बांधती हैं वो
हाँ
कॉटन का
वही तो
क्लॉथ,
मैम।
वो इधर भी। हाँ, मैं वही सोच रही थी कि मोस्टली 80% तो सेम सभी पूरे इंडिया में मुझे लग रहा है सेम है। 10 टू
सेम है
ट्वेंटी
मैम।
परसेंट सब्जेक्ट टू अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ थिंग्स है। जैसे आपने वो पाम जैगरी बताया, हमारे ये जो गन्ने का रस होता है उसका गुड़ बनता है इधर। और
हाँ मैम।
उसमें कुछ सौंठ वगैरह हम लोग डालते हैं बीच में।
डालते हैं हाँ मैम।
हाँ, और बाकी तो सिमिलर था मोस्टली। तो
हाँ
मैं
मैम।
मैं मैं बहुत खुश हो रही थी एक्चुअली। मैं लेक्चर पे कम ध्यान दे रही थी, मैं पूरे शब्दों को सुन सुन के खुश हो रही थी कि सच में मतलब सूतिका परिचर्या सच में हमारे जो वो मैम जैसे कह रहे थे ना, सीनियर सिटीजन जो हमारे घर की, जो हमारी मदर दादी थी, वो सब ने जैसे हम सब के लिए फॉलो किया, वो अभी तक जो चल रहा है और जो फॉलो कर रहे हैं वही सक्सेसफुल है। जो नहीं
वही
कर
तो
रहे
मैम।
ना, उन पेशेंट्स को बहुत दिक्कत आती है।
हाँ
जो हमारी,
मैडम।
हाँ, जो हमारी इस बात को नहीं मान रहे, वो हमेशा ट्रबल में रहते हैं। किसी के दांत दुखता है, किसी की बैक एक होती है, मैंने खुद देखा है।
हाँ हाँ
यानी
वो
ऐसा
तो
सब
है मैम।
क्या जो फॉलो नहीं करते इस परिचर्या को, यानी पूरा सूतिका परिचर्या को फॉलो करने वाले स्वस्थ रहते हैं बाद में,
हाँ
स्लिम भी
मैडम वो
रहते
तो है।
हैं, सुंदर भी रहते
सब
हैं, सही
कुछ
वर्ण
सुंदर।
औषधियों का सेवन करके। तो
हाँ
मेरे
मैडम।
पास तो कोई शब्द नहीं मैम आपको बताने के लिए। जो आपने सुनाया बताया बहुत इंफॉर्मेटिव भी था, और बहुत बहुत ज्यादा मात्रा में बताया, यानी 1 घंटे में उतना पॉसिबल नहीं जितनी स्पीडली आपने सारा कवर किया इंडिया। तो दैट वाज वंडरफुल। थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू वेरी मच। मैं विश्व आयुर्वेद परिषद की तरफ से, हेतल मैम की तरफ से, हम सब की तरफ से आपका आभार प्रकट करती हूँ। और आपको और ज्यादा आयुर्वेद में आप तरक्की करो, आशीर्वाद देती हूँ आपको मैं। तो बहुत बहुत
धन्यवाद मैम।
धन्यवाद।
आप लोगों का आशीर्वाद तो हमेशा चाहिए हम लोगों को।
बिल्कुल
जी
बिल्कुल, आशीर्वाद हमेशा रहेगा, और पता नहीं कितनी पब्लिक का आप कल्याण करने वाले हो उस आशीर्वाद से।
कल्याण करना ही है ना मैम हमें तो।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, जी जी
इतना
जी
अच्छे साइंस तो पढ़ा है हमने आयुर्वेदा तो पढ़ा। और वो भी भाग्यशाली है कि प्रसूति और स्त्रीरोग में ही की है ना हमने, तो करना
जी
ही
जी,
है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, बहुत सुंदर था मैम, बहुत सुंदर था। थैंक
थैंक यू
यू।
मैडम। थैंक यू
थैंक
मैम।
यू।
जी,
थैंक
बहुत ज्यादा आपको धन्यवाद विश्व आयुर्वेद परिषद की ओर से। मैं चाहूंगी कि मोनालिसा जी 2 शब्द कहे। मोना जी। जी।
नमस्ते मैम।
हाँ जी, म्यूट अनम्यूट कर लीजिए मोना जी। हाँ, आप म्यूट है। जी।
हेलो।
जी जी, हाँ जी।
नमस्ते मैम नमस्ते।
मैम आपका लेक्चर बहुत अच्छा था। और
थैंक
सच में हेतल मैम और मेरी इस बारे में कई बार बात होती है।
हाँ
और
मैम।
मैं इस बारे में बलदेव जी सर को, हेतल मैम, गीता मैम, उपस्थित सभी जितने भी प्रैक्टिशनर अभी जो भी इस लेक्चर में उपस्थित हैं, मैं मानती हूँ हम सभी का एक आज भाग्यशाली दिन है कि हमें इतना कुछ एक साथ सुनने समझने को मिला है। और वाकई मैम, अगर हम ये चीज, मैं भी इस चीज को मानती हूँ और बहुत गहराई से हेतल मैम और ये जो लेक्चर है इनसे मैं समझ पाई हूँ कि हम अपने ट्रेडिशन से जितना जुड़ा हुआ रहें, और जो हमारे नानी दादी या हमारी फैमिली में जो भी जो छोटी से छोटी चीज जो बताई जाती हैं, उनको अगर हम फॉलो करें तो हम वाकई जो भी प्रेगनेंसी वाली है जो भी चीज़ है उनको बहुत इजीली पार कर सकते हैं। और मैंने इस चीज में देखा है मैम कि जैसे बंगाल हुआ या इस तरह की वहां पे आज भी ये चीजें बहुत अच्छे से फॉलो की जाती है। और
हाँ
वहां
मैडम।
पे तर्क नहीं होता कि ऐसा क्यों। जैसे आजकल ये चीज हुई है कि काफी एक मॉडर्न जो एक लाइफस्टाइल बनती जा रही है, जिसे मॉडर्न माना गया है। मॉडर्न तो क्या कहेंगे उसे, हम भटकाव ही मानेंगे। लेकिन उसमें हम ये तर्क जब करने लग जाते हैं कि इससे क्या होगा, उससे क्या होगा। और
हाँ
एक वो
मैम।
होता है कि हम बिना बिना किसी तर्क के अगर हम बड़ों की ये बातें फॉलो करते हैं, तो
हाँ
वाकई
मैडम।
उसका बहुत वो आयुर्वेद हर घर में है। और
हाँ
आपका जो
मैडम।
आज का लेक्चर है, वो तो इस तरह का है कि इस लेक्चर को तो मतलब कितना ही यूट्यूब पे अगर हम शेयर करें, आगे शेयर करें, तो सच में बहुत लाभ मिलने वाला है। थैंक यू सो मच मैम।
थैंक यू
हेतल
सो
मैम,
मच
थैंक
मैडम।
यू सो मच, आपने इतना मौका दिया। और थैंक यू मैम।
बिल्कुल, इसीलिए मैंने मोना जी आपको बुलाया कि जो हमारे स्टूडेंट्स जुड़े हुए हैं, उनको पता चले कि आप कितने साल से पत्रकारिता कर रहे हैं और फिर भी आयुर्वेद से इतना सुदृढ़ रूप से जुड़े हुए हैं। तो जैसे डॉक्टर अनु, डॉक्टर कोमल, डॉक्टर ललिता, डॉक्टर माया, सभी के नाम नहीं ले रही हूँ, सारे अच्छे-अच्छे बच्चे जुड़े हुए हैं और मैं आशा करती हूँ कि भविष्य में आयुर्वेद के सशक्त पिलर की तरह आप सभी
मैम मैं
आगे आएँगे और
मैम मैं
लोगों की
एक
सेवा
बात और
करेंगे।
कहना चाहती हूँ।
जी।
मैम एक बात और कहना चाहती हूँ मैं, कि वाकई डॉक्टर तो, अगर हम ये माने ना कि डॉक्टर क्या हैं, तो ये जो अभी जो भी उपस्थित हैं वो ही डॉक्टर हैं। और मैं मानती हूँ कि जो आयुर्वेद से जुड़े हैं, वो वाकई वो इतने भाग्यशाली हैं कि उनको इतना एक जीवन, हर एक को नया जीवन देने का एक प्रॉपर उनको तरीका मिल रहा है। तो वो अगर जो ये ज्ञान उनको आगे बांटने का मौका मिलता है, आगे किसी पेशेंट को ठीक करके, जैसे मैं, अगर मैं आज आयुर्वेद के लिए इतना मेरे मन में एक आस्था है, मतलब एक श्रद्धा की तरह मानिए, तो वो कैसे डेवलप हुई है, आप लोगों से जुड़ के ही तो हुई है। मुझे रिजल्ट अच्छे मिलते हैं, मतलब मैं जिन लोगों को बताती हूँ उनको अच्छे रिजल्ट मिलते हैं। तो एक वो, वाकई मैं ये मानती हूँ कि जो आयुर्वेद से जुड़े हैं वो ही डॉक्टर हैं।
जी, सही कहा आपने और एक दिन हम, जो मैं कहती हूँ कि भारत की
बिल्कुल
राष्ट्रीय
मैम।
चिकित्सा पद्धति आयुर्वेद बने और लोगों की हम पहली चॉइस बने,
वो
तो कहीं न
जल्दी
कहीं
वक्त आने वाला है मैम, वो आ ही गया है, और बाकी बचा कुचा जल्दी आ जाएगा।
जी, जी। तो कहीं न कहीं हम अच्छी चिकित्सा व्यवस्था लेके जब लोगों के बीच में
बिल्कुल मैम।
जाएँगे, तो हमारी अ, पसंद लोगों के उसमें आने लग जाएगी कि आयुर्वेद इज़ अ वेरी गुड ऑप्शन फॉर मी। अगर ऐसा वो
बिल्कुल मैम।
सोचने लग जाए, तो वो फिर यही बात फैलने में देर नहीं लगेगी। तो मैं
बिल्कुल
समझती हूँ
मैम।
कि हमें फिर है ना परचेज़ करने पड़ेगा लिंक, अभी 100 लोगों का तो ये लिंक
सही
चलता
बात।
ही है ना? मगर फिर ऐसा इतने बच्चे आने लग जाएँगे तो फिर वो शिकायत करेंगे कि परचेज़ कीजिए मैडम लिंक, है ना? ऐसे नहीं चलता है, हमें एडमिशन नहीं मिला। तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि ऐसे दिन जल्दी से आ जाए, बच्चे हमारा खर्चा करवा दें और हम करें खुशी-खुशी उसको। तो बहुत सारा
बिल्कुल।
धन्यवाद डॉक्टर काव्या, आप हमारे निवेदन पर यहाँ आए और बहुत अच्छा ज्ञान यज्ञ में आपने आहुति दी। अभी मैं शांति मंत्र बोलती हूँ, आप सभी
हाँ
मिलकर
मैडम।
ही बोलिए।
हाँ मैडम। हाँ मैडम।
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्तिः, शान्तिः, शान्तिः। नमो नमः, सभी का हृदय से धन्यवाद इस व्याख्यान माला में भाग लेने के लिए, सुनने के लिए और विशेष रूप से डॉक्टर काव्या, डॉक्टर गीता मैम, मोना जी, डॉक्टर भुवनेश जी, डॉक्टर सुधा और सभी लोगों का बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद। नमो नमः,
धन्यवाद मैम।
नमो नमः।
नमन।